Good day. Here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. Former President Donald Trump has won his second term in the United States elections. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. extended his congratulations to the upcoming president as he reaffirmed the Philippines' stronger and continuing ties. More on this from Stephanie Sevillano.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has congratulated U.S. President-elect Donald Trump following his victory in the recent election. In a statement, President Marcos congratulated both President-elect Trump and the American people for what he called a victory and an exercise that showed the world the strength of American values. Marcos reaffirmed the Philippines' commitment to its long-standing partnership with the U.S., which he said is founded on the shared ideals of freedom and democracy. He said he's looking forward to working with Trump on a wide range of issues that will benefit both nations. He also expressed confidence that Trump's strong leadership will contribute to a brighter future for both nations. Trump claimed victory for his second term in White House late Wednesday afternoon Philippine time after winning 295 electoral votes against U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris with 226 votes. The businessman and media personality served as the 45th U.S. president from 2017 to 2021. U.S. President Joe Biden extended his congratulations to Trump and invited him to meet at the White House. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has also congratulated Trump and called for a peaceful transition of power. French President Emmanuel Macron and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also greeted the president-elect on his victory. The palace, meanwhile, shared the administration's confidence that the Philippines and U.S. will continue to have strong ties under the second Trump leadership. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said the Philippines and America will surely follow through with their commitments due to their shared history and desire for peace in the Asia-Pacific region. As for the maritime dispute in the West Philippine Sea, Bersamin said the Philippines hold on to the U.S. government's commitments, including what is perceived as an ironclad relationship under the Mutual Defense Treaty. For the Pna Headlines, I am Stephanie Sevillano.
Back in the Philippines, the Department of the Interior and Local Government has ordered local government units in the path of Typhoon Marce to strictly implement forced evacuation in areas that may be hit by strong downpour and winds. In a memorandum, the DILG advised LGUs to strictly enforce Operation Listo protocols in areas at high risk for flooding and landslides, particularly in northern Luzon. The DILG reminded LGUs of the authority of local chief executives to implement forced evacuation when necessary. Local officials are reminded to prioritize the safety of vulnerable groups, including children, the elderly, and persons with disabilities. They must also ensure the maintenance of well-equipped and structurally safe evacuation centers and coordinate the distribution of relief goods and other supplies. The DILG ordered its attached agencies, the Philippine National Police and the Bureau of Fire Protection, to support local evacuation efforts. Meantime, the DILG advised all affected residents to promptly relocate to designated evacuation centers or safe areas. The Department of Justice has created a task force that will review cases of extrajudicial killings linked to the war on illegal drugs during the administration of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla signed Department Order 778 on November 4 that formally constituted a task force under the Office of the Secretary of Justice Prosecution Staff. The task force will investigate, conduct case build-up, and file necessary charges against the perpetrators as well as those involved in drug-related EJ case. It will also closely coordinate and assist the House Quad Committee and Senate Blue Ribbon Committee in their respective investigations into the war on drugs. The task force must submit a report to the Secretary of Justice not later than 60 days from the issuance of DO 778. Remulla urged the task force to hold accountable every personality who had a hand in the killings and abuse of authority during the past administration's anti-illegal drug campaign. In other news, the Department of Migrant Workers has suspended the deployment of seasonal workers to South Korea through local government units. Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak announced the suspension of the processing of workers under the Seasonal Workers Program, specifically in 7 local government units, due to reported involvement in illegal recruitment. Kakdak said the DMW is being strict about compliance with protective mechanisms in recruitment. He said the LGUs in question are expected to step up their efforts to curb illegal recruitment of seasonal workers. Meanwhile, DMW Undersecretary Bernard Olalia reported that 37 illegal recruitment cases have been filed with 118 complainants. Kakdak said they are monitoring these cases, including one each in Pasay and Davao, and one in Tarlac that has been dismissed due to an out-of-court settlement by the complainants. Meanwhile, a DMW team is expected to visit South Korea to continue the monitoring process and to personally check the situation of seasonal workers there. Over 6,100 workers have been deployed so far. Moving on to updates on Typhoon Marce. Several parts of Luzon are now under tropical cyclone wind signal number 4 as an intensified Marce continues to approach Luzon via northeastern Cagayan. Pag-asa has raised signal number 4 over the northern portion of Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, the northern portion of Apayao, and the northern portion of Ilocos Norte. These areas can expect significant to severe impacts from typhoon force winds that can cause up to very heavy damage to infrastructure. Pag-asa expects evacuation efforts to have been completed due to the typhoon's destructive effects. Signal number 3 is raised over Batanes, the rest of Cagayan, the rest of Apayao, the rest of Ilocos Norte, the northern portion of Abra, and the northern portion of Ilocos Sur. A larger portion of northern Luzon is under signal number 2, particularly the northern and central portions of Isabela, the rest of Abra, Kalinga, Mountain Province, the northern portion of Ifugao, the northern portion of Benguet, the rest of Ilocos Sur, and the northern portion of La Union. The rest of La Union, Pangasinan, the rest of Ifugao, the rest of Benguet, the rest of Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the northern and central portions of Aurora, the northern portion of Nueva Ecija, and the northern portion of Zambales are under signal number 1. Batanes, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Abra, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur will continue to experience stormy weather with strong and destructive winds and rains. The rest of Cagayan Valley, the rest of Cordillera Administrative Region, the rest of Ilocos Region, and Aurora can expect rains with gusty winds. Meanwhile, the throw of Typhoon Marce will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over Zambales, Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, and Catanduanes. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will have slightly fair weather with a chance of isolated rains. Marce was last seen 115 kilometers east of Apari, Cagayan, packing maximum sustained winds of 175 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 215 kilometers per hour. It is moving west-northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour and will make landfall and pass by Babuyan Islands or the northern portions of mainland Cagayan, Ilocos Norte, and Apayao from this afternoon until tomorrow morning. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. It's 48 days before Christmas. I'm Wilnard Basilonia. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.